my god, I have so many furries on Steam. Bro, they've all got like 30 hours in a day. That's crazy. Right, the VRChat sleeping problem. Let's have a little look at this. The only things I know about VRChat is like people sleep in VRChat, and there's a lot of people that drink way too much on VRChat, or they smoke way too much weed, to the point that I've seen furry artists doing like comics about it, like as like PSAs, like public statements.
Yeah, we're back again, aren't we? VRChat. What
Card World at War intro, me lucky.
episode are we on of this now? Like the Empire Strikes Back? I have indeed done a lot of VRChat videos, but this was a video I was going to do till I got sidetracked with another video that came my way. A significantly more deplorable one. FF did an update video on that situation, by the way. But with 3,000 hours in this game...
Bruh. I have 8 hours. Bruh. How'd you not get bored of it? I know some people like use it as like a social outlet, and that's fair, but bruh. Oh no. That's like average, that's like a Russian person with CSGO hours.
Like the 10th time I've used this bit, I'm not doing it again. Doing 3 veteran tours and witnessing the worst of war zones the game has to offer, like the front lines of Saigon, that would induce shell shock on the most ordinary people, like the Black Cat and God forbid H Party. The latter one do not—
I'm so happy I don't know any of this stuff, man. Genuinely.
Google. Do not visit it. You will thank me. But basically, I am more than qualified to speak on this topic more than anyone you know. I earned my stripes. But most of my hours in this game were during COVID. That's my only excuse. But before I get into the topic of today's video, I need to rearrange my foreskin. 1 second. Yes, the production quality of these videos have gone up slightly. I did try to commission an avatar for this video, but
He got like a Chad buff body on the bird.
But there is no way I'm paying
500! 500! To be fair, I think I got a VR model once that was about that much, but still 500!
500 plus bucks for a bed PNG to be placed on a free male model asset. And considering I did most of the design work, that took me a whole hour to do, by the way, I would have definitely won the kindergarten art competition.
I like how it's like anime e-boy and he's got like a northerner accent.
So we're going with this avatar today. No, I'm not an e-boy, but you can add it to the list of incorrect slurs levied against me to this day. It was between this, a Rigby avatar, Shinji, Lelouch from the best anime ever made, or a bird avatar that's mouth doesn't even move. I did this all for you, by the way, you ungrateful f***. But anyway, believe it or not, there are many
He's not a northerner, am I just racist?
sides to VRChat. Admittedly, some I have covered in the past, but believe it or not, this game is still nowhere near dead. It's 10 years...
Oh yeah, no, the player count for it is still insane, right? Hang on. VRChat, Steam charts. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Jarvis. Jesus. Bruh. It didn't even fall off. It's just getting more popular. Oh my god, no, it's literally just getting more popular over time. It's like I looked at Repo the other day, like Repo kind of fell off. But this is actually just becoming more and more popular.
Fucking old, by the way. It's got loyal players on the same level as people from the original CS. Till CS2 came out.
Do I miss CSGO already? Maybe.
Even though I know VRChat
Have you seen that guy review skins? People just always try and give him skins that spell out slurs and stuff.
has a terrible reputation. Nowadays, you mostly...
Not a word. Not a single word. Genuinely not a word from chat. Not a word. Not a word.
see the worst of this
Can you piss off?
game.
Anyways.
Holy fuck.
Me?
Yes, but rules are rules.
Mom?
What the hell do you think?
I'm-
You have any self-respect?
Wait, don't unplug the internet. Wait, please. Wait, please don't unplug the internet.
I don't know. That feels a bit staged, actually. That feels a bit staged. I don't know.
I'm probably overdosing on copium here when I say those people only account for less than 10% of the whole player base, and most belong in a padded cell. I'm talking about the public lobbies, public shows of affection, to a disappointing degree.
Your little pussy belongs to me. You're gonna learn to do it.
Bios longer than Luke 642 showing off mental disorders like badges of honor. And I don't know why this is only for VRChat, but a lot of people within VRChat apparently have the ID. I don't know why. I thought it was like a rare drop. But despite all of this, the Steam charts
A rare drop.
of this game show that the game is still growing even to this day. Albeit a bit slow, but it's doing better than Titanfall 2 that released around the same time. Your game's never coming back. EA completely fucked it. But obviously this doesn't include other platforms like the...
Anytime someone mentions Titanfall 2, a video essayist sleeper agent is activated to talk about that one mission where you travel back in time, and they won't shut up about it.
Quest, predominantly owned by children, which I still think to this day was a cardinal mistake. A worse mistake than that one video involving someone's puckered anus in a jar.
Please don't show it.
But you've now got so many different parts and communities to this game, like the raving and dancing scene. Fairies. Don't ask them a question about computing, they will not shut the f up. You've got role players. Drinking. The losers, also known as mirror dwellers. The avatar creators...
What? Okay, chat, explain to me. Again, surprisingly, I'm not someone that uses VRChat a lot. So what is the mirror dweller meme? Is that just people that just look at themselves in the mirror and like appreciate like their own avatar for like 10 hours straight? Is that what it is? Because I hear that buzzword thrown around a lot, but I don't really... Oh, it is. It's narcissism. It's people that literally just... They just look at themselves constantly. Bro, why would you not... Unless they change VRChat when I last played it, isn't there like a waiting room? Isn't there like a private room before you join a server and you can just do it there? Why not just do it there? Why would you go into a public lobby and start doing that?
And world creators who are making absolute bank in this game and are probably not paying taxes. Hey, I'm just saying, apparently if you report them to the IRS, you get a cut of that money. The people that make content on this game. The small amount of people that only get on for the mini games.
Hey, Pyro.
And
have you seen the VRChat avatar someone made of 2016 you?
Thank you, Vine, for the 10. No, I have not seen that.
trolling, which it's been
Someone made a Gamer Subs avatar, I think, though.
known for recently.
Fairly sensitive.
What, that she was saying she was allergic to virtual tomatoes?
Yeah.
Music and concerts.
Bruh, there's this one VRChat clip that I love so much. I'll see if I can find it. I think it's that guy that made it. Hang on. It's someone asking for coffee. Mods, I don't know if you can find this. It's someone that was like trolling someone in VRChat, asking them for like anything except coffee. And the person serving was their model was like Toriel from Undertale. It's like, it's really funny. I don't know. Maybe I'll come back to it. Maybe one of the mods might find it. I'm not sure. But yeah, that was like a classic video. Mods, do my job, please. Well, I can't... Shut up. I can't look for it for 20 minutes because I won't find it.
You've got dating and gooning occurring on the platform. There's even groups for both now, but we've spoken enough about that on this channel. And you've got the people that just get on to speak to people. Probably because they're AoE.
No, it's really funny because it's like just asking for anything apart from coffee over and over. And then the guy like just breaks down. There's no way you found it already, bro. Oh my god, my goat. Thank you, man. Was it this one? Let me see if it was this one. It was this one! Yeah, this... Okay, this one's actually certified hood classic.
Just take
the
coffee.
The best joke of this is the guy dressed in the Lethal Company outfit at the end.
Ask for?
What the f did you ask for?
You making coffee?
Yeah.
Can you make me some coffee?
Yeah, there's multiple kinds of coffee. If you could please go to the menu and tell me what you want. Have you decided what you want?
Yeah, coffee.
If you don't tell me what you want, I'm just gonna make you an espresso.
I'll make my own.
Sir.
I'll make my own.
Do you want black? Is that what you're asking for?
I just like coffee.
If you do not know what you
Are you
want,
Maestro
just say
for the
coffee.
35?
This is coffee.
Oh.
So if you want coffee, take this or specify your order. I can make it for you. I'm offering my services.
I'll just make it myself.
Just take the fucking coffee.
That's not what I asked for. I asked for coffee.
It's fucking coffee.
I'll just make it myself.
Just take the fucking coffee.
That's not what I asked for.
What the fuck did you ask for? I can literally make you one of everything and you pick from it. What the fuck do you want?
Seriously, I mean, I'll just make it myself.
Don't. Please, you're gonna make my job so fucking hard and I want it easy. You're gonna make my job incredibly hard. It's already taxing on me. Decide
I don't understand why these people act like they can't take the headset off as well.
or go.
I want coffee.
I'm gonna take a break.
What are you doing?
You're so...
Just lying down in bed.
Is my apology ready? That's what I thought.
You're not getting a tip.
You're not getting a coffee.
You're not getting a tip.
You're not getting a coffee. I don't get paid for this anyways. Now get up and run behind the counter and let a woman do her work.
You know what? You're fired.
You can't do anything. You have no power here. If you do, make me get up and run behind the counter. Can't? Then I'm just going to wait here until someone orders something. Something off the menu, and not just as vague as coffee.
I don't give a shit what any stupid fucking
Oh my
video
god,
says,
Dono
every
ruined the
single
Dono
fucking
ruined the
machine
punchline
Titan 4 2
award.
is actually peak and they should
Yeah,
go
then I'm
back
just
to
Dono
Reddit.
ruined the punchline award. Thank you, Jack, for the 10. Every mission in Titan 4 2 is actually peak. I never said the game's bad. I just say that everyone like harps on about that time travel mission. Right? Okay. All right. We'll play that again.
That's what I thought.
You're not getting a tip.
You're not getting a coffee.
You're not getting a tip.
You're not getting a coffee. I don't get paid for this anyways. Now get up and run behind
No, the joke here itself is kind of mid, but it's the guy at the end that just kills me.
the counter and let a woman do her work.
You know what? You're fired.
You can't do anything. You have no power here. If you do, make me... Can't? Then I'm just going to wait here until someone orders something. Something off the menu, and not just as vague as coffee.
Can I have some diet water?
It's the fact he's like 5'2" as well. Kills me.
The effect inhibits them from doing it IRL.
Can I have some water?
But that is VRChat nowadays, and it's still growing. But there's one activity and community I wanted to speak about today that has quite possibly been around since the start
Oh, come on. It was funny. Come on. Have some humor, fellas. Come on.
of the game. And it's something that has worlds specifically designed around it and for it. There's still public lobbies where you can find people huddled in groups doing it, and it's something that is viewed as fairly normal within the community, but people outside the VRChat sphere would probably be somewhat stun-locked upon hearing it exists. And that is VRChat sleeping. Sleeping is something that is natural for us all, and we
How do you sleep with a big fat headset on as well? Like, what?
all definitely require it to some capacity, unless you want to be as coherent as XQC.
Took a lot of damage. I jumped on back by accident, like an idiot.
Yo, can you speak English?
Or if you want to look like something straight out of a failed Russian sleep experiment, but we all need sleep. Some of us do it in different ways. Some need specific lighting. Some sleep in a certain posture.
People exercise in VR chat? That doesn't sound like a bad idea, though. It's like, you know, if you're on a treadmill, like, it's really excessive, but dude, if you gotta do like a treadmill walk for like an hour, like incline, that's hell. Like, I gotta watch like a film or something on like an iPad.
Or position. Some even a specific routine, or they can't sleep. But to those of you that fall asleep to anime female ASMR, to give yourself that false fallacy that is someone loving you in order to lull yourself to the dream world, you cannot make fun of the people I'm about.
Dude, I've been falling asleep to the weirdest videos recently. Like, I always need noise to fall asleep to. Like, the past 2 weeks, I've just been falling asleep to, like, pathologic 2 lore videos.
To describe, you are on the same level. And don't even get me started on the dick warming community. But VR sleeping are basically a graphical radiator on your eyes, which wearing for a short amount of time anyways would give you something similar to a sunburn that looks like the VR has left its own cock print on you. And if you look at the VR screen for long enough, you could probably count the monitor lines impressed on your eyes for quite a bit after using the headset.
There was a guy that spent, I think, a couple of days in VR for like a YouTube video, like a challenge, and I think it actually like fucked up his perception of reality.
So how can
like his motor skills or whatever were just really impacted. Like his brain wasn't communicating with his body, like sight.
you sleep in VRChat? Why would you want to sleep in VRChat? What are the many problems and benefits, if any, of doing this? And have I myself tried it? So for some of you that are experienced with sleeping in VRChat, I know you're watching, you little e-couple having pixel sleeping losers, but you may recognize this music. If not, this is the music for the world Rest and Sleep, a world that has been around for my knowledge as early as 2019, maybe earlier. But many remember this iteration, the OG one, and by the name of it you can probably tell what people are doing in...
Did he talk about phantom sense yet? Yeah, I see videos of people where they get tomatoes thrown at them and they say I can feel that in real life.
This world. If not, your head might be as thick as a Toyota Corolla. People for years now have come to worlds like this for sleeping, even to this day.
Disabled guy I know when he was in high school makes skimpy VRChat clothes and lives his whole life in VRChat.
This world wasn't
Is that like a Second Life thing where like he can make money off that as well on the side?
the first and it isn't the last,
Like you Dutch for the Prime?
but it's quite possibly the most known. I actually remember coming to this world years ago and watching people mess with the people asleep.
I'm blocking every single.
They would always put that one turkey video on the video player full blast to wake them up.
Alright, door's open. Get out.
Oh, bro, it doesn't get run over.
Good times. People come here to sleep. In fact, I'm here right now looking at these idiots sleeping in the virtual world. I am totally here right now. Yes, this is a public instance, anyone can join, and some of these people are fully asleep. Now, it would be funny to play something like a raid siren and flashing lights to test the percentage of people that have acute epilepsy, but that actually used to be a prominent problem and something we'll talk about later. But yes, these people joined a public world just to fall asleep. Some are even cuddling.
I only use chat to watch movies with friends, and I teach voice training for trans people. And sometimes I fall asleep accidentally and it's awful. I wake up dazed and my neck hurts. I keep myself on green so people wake me up, but now I barely get on.
Thank you, Faye, for the 10. Yeah, again, it's like VRChat can be a good tool, right? Like, I don't use it. I haven't used it since, like, well, it said on Steam, like, November 2024. But at the same time, it's like, you know, it can be a very good tool, but yeah, at the same time, it's like, oh, yeah, it's like what you said in that dono. It's like, you know, you fall asleep on accident and then your neck is like, I don't know how people can actually sleep.
Don't worry, they're both going to find out eventually. They're both guys. But why do they do this? Why do they come to a world, or even worse, a public world, to sleep where people can quite easily disturb them and point and laugh at their chronic problems? Well, one reason I found when I looked around was the term social sleeping. It's apparently common for animals to do this, and it's been hypothesized we do it as well and gain all the same benefits. Because apparently in our evolution, even though we've progressed through...
That place has too many degens in it. I just think any game that's like affordable or free, you'll just always have that. Any social game.
The tech tree, we still hold some traits from when we were cavemen. No, that is not an excuse for you to use when explaining to your parents why the body pillow for your favourite VTuber can stand up on its own and smells like cottage cheese. But there was one peer-reviewed study I found that mentions the social sleeping hypothesis. Yep, this is straight nerd shit. Keep in mind, this is a hypothesis. The VRChat players aren't out the boiling water yet. But it says social sleep is something that especially our ancestors benefited from, an increase in security.
Bro, I pulled up the Harvard essay for this one.
And sleep quality. So you basically get the buff of comfortability and sleep quality when sleeping with a person or a group. But the context for this is doing it in person. Why do it in VRChat? Well, some people online, when speaking about sleeping in VRChat, speak about these same benefits.
I feel like I'm not sleeping alone. Bro, just put on a stream of like iShowSpeed playing Mario with Kai Cenat.
They like...
There you go, you're not alone.
Sleeping in the virtual world with people they possibly don't even know, because it makes them feel more comfortable and less alone. The VRChat players are never escaping the allegations with this one. But if you find sleeping in VRChat in a puddle of people improves your sleep, power to you. I just don't understand the people on desktop without a VR doing it. At that point, just go back to the ASMR. But there are incentives to sleeping in VRChat. Once again, you have world-specific...
I put your videos on to sleep too, they're that boring. Thank you. Yeah, you're actually giving me more views by doing that, and you're probably not skipping the ads, so I appreciate that.
...made for sleeping in VR, and each have their own experience to help you sleep. You can sleep in a deep forest with a...
It was the VRChat fairies who helped make the COVID vaccine. Yeah, I kept seeing like there was some fairy coming out saying that she helped make the vaccine or something.
Waterfall with the birds chirping. You can sleep in the void of space watching the stars go by. You can sleep on top of water listening to the gentle waves, or even under the water itself. Or maybe you're like me and personally like the pitter-patter of rain, which is the average UK weather to help lull you to sleep. They have a world for that as well. Or maybe you're a psycho.
To be fair, I do use rain sounds to fall asleep too. Like there's like a YouTube playlist you can use. That actually helps a lot.
That wants to sleep.
But not in VRChat. Not in VRChat.
Sleep in. Mr. Brightside, but you're crying in a bathroom at a party because your crush brought a date. If you like to be cooked, I guess. But you can even find YouTube videos showing you the best worlds to fall asleep in. Some people just want to sleep in different atmospheres. and they come to VR to do that, and once again, these worlds and game itself support the sleeping community. There are even unofficial Steam
Bro, just open a window. You know it doesn't rain in the UK every day, right? American spotted.
add-ons like Oyasumi VR,
It just rains most days.
which makes it even easier to fall asleep in VR. By doing things like automatic brightness and GPU power decreasing when it detects you are sleeping.
Bro, they got the energy-saving sleep mode for VR chat. Yeah, what?
And auto-accepting invites. Yeah, fuck that shit. Why the fuck would you want that? Knowing VR chat, someone would wake up to someone else tenderizing their meat.
Thank you. Let me be just what I need to bust. Let me just be what I need to bust. Cause I'm bussing.
And of course, some people sleep in VR with their long-distance relationship partners. Kinda like what they do on Discord.
Ooh, the matching profile pictures. Ooh.
It's the closest
Ooh.
you're ever going to be with them, buddy. And make sure to mute yourself, they don't want to listen to your sleep apnea. But while sleeping in virtual reality is generally accepted in the VR chat community, it does come with a lot of problems.
Yo, look who fell asleep first.
Prank him, John.
You already know. Yo!
So probably the biggest question and problem you can think of regarding this is probably, is sleeping in VR actually good for you, and can you get some good quality sleep from it?
There's no
once
way.
Again, would you think sleeping with a graphical radiator
Has he got like a PS5 on his back? Like, bro.
emitting copious amounts of blue light, even with your eyes closed, would help you sleep? But if you don't know what blue light is, it usually comes from things like the sun, but can also be found in things like digital screens.
What does blue light release again? There's a hormone. It's the same hormone that you get from sex. It's a hormone that is... your body secretes a hormone that literally keeps you awake. Because your brain thinks that the sky is out when it sees blue. It's... Oh my god. Oh my god, it's not estrogen. Oh my god. Cortisol? Oh, it's a stress hormone. I don't know. I don't think it's cortisol. I'm not even.
Like the
God damn it, chat again.
thing you're looking at right now, and the headset people would be
Melatonin. It is melatonin. No. It suppresses the release of melatonin. It suppresses the release. That's right. So it doesn't secrete anything. It just stops melatonin.
be wearing in VR. It affects sleep because it fools your brain into thinking it's daytime, and it
Bro, we used the same Google AI result.
affects your body's release of things like melatonin. So basically, it makes it harder to sleep, harder to stay asleep, and harder for your brain to fully turn off. But don't worry, I believe most of you already turned your brain off. It's usually recommended you stay away from blue light 2 hours before bed, but let's be honest.
Yeah, no one's doing that. No one's doing that, bro. Come on.
None of us do that. I'm even guilty of it. But with VR, you are constantly being bukkakied with blue light, which means sleeping is pretty hard. Looking at other videos of creators that have shared their experience with sleeping in VR chat and conducted their own experiments, like twice in the virtual reality show, both had some trouble sleeping in VR, either due to the bulky headset or waking up occasionally. But even I can corroborate these claims because I've also slept in VR chat. Yes, before you write a comment with a range of derogatory terms and perhaps a racial slur customized for VR chat players, I have slept in VR chat. But that was during my heydays of the game, like 2020. Haven't done it since, and it was only like 2 times, one intentionally and unintentionally. But the first time I was in a private instance with people I knew, at an ungodly time because Europeans on this game suffer the most, and I probably had some chill music in the background like Nuja Bez, and I fell asleep in a lobby, completely vulnerable.
It takes a degen to know a degen.
But I awoke 2 hours later and everyone was gone. I was all alone in a cozy world. Nobody bothered to wake me. And thank God I was not hot making, because that would have been a terrible time to realise I snore. I still to this day don't know if I do. But it was actually a really good sleep. I felt pretty comfortable. But keep in mind, I was in a bed. Yeah, I used to play VR chat in my bed. Yeah, I'm a lazy bastard. Shut the fuck up. But in my dazed state, I went back to sleep and woke 4 hours later, to the fans of my PC hitting at least 10k RPM, like it was trying to load the average VTuber breast size, the sun absolutely demolishing my eyes and a red imprint around my face where the headset was. I promptly took the headset off, turned off my struggling PC, and it felt like I hadn't slept at all. Like it felt like I slept only an hour. I also had a slight headache and felt like I had just been brutally beaten by something like the Penetrator from Saints Row. It was a terrible sleep, but I was really comfortable. Except for the cement block that was on my head, known as the headset, it was quite the experience.
Yeah, dude. I got a Valve index somewhere here. I have not set that thing up since I moved to this house. And that was like 4 years ago. That's crazy. I have not used VR once since I moved to this house. I don't even remember the reason why I booted up VRChat in November last year. I think it was to test a model I paid for or something.
Maybe it was something to do with the environment, the gentle music in the world, or the ambience in the background. But I actually really liked it. I just didn't like the after effects. The next time would be a lot more intentional, as a month later I was struggling to sleep. No matter what I did, I just couldn't sleep. It was probably down to something like insomnia.
I need my 1440p sleep.
And this lasted for a few nights. I was barely sleeping. So remembering my previous experience, I booted up my PC and VRChat, picked the same world as last time, laid down, and it took about 10 minutes and I was out cold. And from personal experience, I can say sleeping in VR improves comfort at the cost of some quality of sleep and possibly preventing your body from going into that deep sleep phase. I woke up multiple times throughout the night.
I just don't know how you can sleep in VRChat, bro. Like, what? It's like when I'm seeing Kai Cenat and I show speed and they're sleeping, like, you know, during that Mario stream, and they've got the lights on and stuff, and like TTS is going off every 5 minutes. It's like, you're not sleeping, dude.
And probably didn't get my full night of REMs, but I fell asleep quicker, for longer,
just get a cold pillow.
And was more comfortable. And probably due to the fatigue afterwards, my sleep went seemingly back to normal and I could pass out almost instantaneously again. Without the VR headset, it was a good hard reset. Now, other people's experiences are probably very different. I don't know if you can get used to a high-powered torch in your face when you're sleeping.
There are headsets you can buy, though, that are, like, really small. There's one guy that linked me a headset. I was going to buy it, but then I kind of realized I don't care about VR, so I never bought it. And it's a VR headset that, like, it connects to other VR headsets. It's really expensive. It's like £1,000, but it's just this little piece of, like, metal. And all you need is the goggles. So I could detach the goggles off my Steam Deck, and I wouldn't need this huge, bulky R headset behind me. I forget the name of it, but it's like, yeah, it was like really good for like comfort.
And I didn't test the social sleeping thing because 100% I do not trust VRChat players with my unconscious VR corpse. But my experience was...
Big Screen Beyond, is that what it's called? That's it. Yeah, this is it. This is it. So this is meant... Yeah, that's right. I mean, look at that. Look how, like, that's just nothing. Yeah, you swap it out with like a Valve Index or a Quest or whatever. But yeah, it's... I like how it's just that bit of metal there and it's like $1,000, like, bruh. But yeah, that was it.
A long time ago, the game and worlds have adjusted to...
It may be smaller, but the heat of the screen is still impossible to sleep with.
...accommodate for people that sleep in VR. And there's even tutorials and metas for sleeping in VR.
Bro did a guide how to sleep.
Yeah, now, so if I did it today, which I definitely won't, I enjoy my routine of listening to streamers whilst I sleep, but I probably would have a very different experience. However, aside from sleep quality, what other problems could there be with sleeping in VR or VRChat? Well, if you're doing it in public worlds, aside from, you know, your body being unprotected, and VR...
One headbutt into a wall and that headset is 15 pieces.
VRChat having the reputation of gooners, which is totally accurate, but other...
Thank you, Faye, for the 10. Is there some more lore about, sleeping in VR? I want to hear it.
Faye again, sleeping VR also has a bunch negative. Lower sleep equals lower energy. This just sets in a chain of negatives. Chat sleep on time. Exercise even if it's just between loading screens or death timers. Prevent your twink death or hag era. Go to clubs Earl.
Thank you, Faye, for the 10. Yeah, I would say exercise is very important. I did a 5k today and I feel like a rotten corpse.
Otherwise, you may have to deal with some nuisances, people that come into the world to purposely wake you up. As I said before, this has been a thing for years on VRChat, probably as long as VR sleeping has existed. People that come into these worlds just to troll and get your reaction, and I must admit, it's funny to see happen, but probably annoying to experience.
Prevent your twink death or hag error. I love that, by the way. I love that.
Imagine hearing the Apple alarm blaring in your ear when you're trying to sleep would probably...
I have insomnia. Yeah, I feel insomnia is really common now. I don't have insomnia personally, but I've noticed with me it does take me like 4 hours to sleep. Like, bro, I can go to sleep at midnight and I probably won't sleep until like 5 in the morning.
Inspire some PTSD, but this problem still persists to this day. But interestingly enough, is easily countered nowadays in VRChat. Probably the easiest way to counter it is just going to a private world and not...
That's insomnia. No, insomnia is just you keep waking up, right?
Sleeping in a...
I don't wake up once I'm asleep.
Public. But then those people who love sleeping next...
You just... Oh my god, someone in chat is just mind broken. I can't sleep because I just lay there doing nothing. Are you telling me I can't scroll my phone? Wait a minute. It's over.
To their favourite anonymous cat girl that is probably a blue-collar worker.
Well, no, I don't have insomnia because I'm just an idiot. Like, I'm just on my phone constantly.
Can't get their usual social sleeping hit, but...
You do that thing, I love how social media just like rots your brain. You do that thing where like you're on your phone in bed, you close the social media app and then out of muscle memory, you just reopen it again immediately. Like just actual mental illness.
That would be the best way to counter being trolled and having your ear canal burst. But recently there is another way with things like groups now on VRChat, which we spoke about before, regarding the many ERP groups there are. God help us. But there are some of these groups for sleeping, and with said groups they can have public group instances, which are very different from normal public instances. First of all, group instances can be closed off to people only in the group, so those trolls can't join unless they are in that group or friends with someone in it, so you can sleep in relative peace with others that came to sleep as well. Also, even if it is a public group instance, compared to a normal VRChat lobby, where if somebody is being a nuisance...
I've got a psychotic aversion to sleep, because last year I convinced myself that sleep was a waste of time, whereas I could work on a video or scripts.
I've been watching you forever now. It's crazy to think that you went from jumping off a bridge in dying light, to going to slop. Anyways, love you bro, and thanks for making my life easier in such a hard time. Less than 3.
Thank you, July isn't over for the 10. I appreciate it. Thank you, Flaming, for the 5. Do you still have your rabbit? Oh, Blue, the little rabbit? Yeah, I've still got him. He's like, he's down the hallway in his little hutch. I need to show him again in a video at one point.
And you want to get rid of them, you would have to vote to kick them, which most times doesn't usually work. Group instances usually have moderators that will just straight up get rid of people. And believe me, I looked into some of these sleeping group instances, and they are very strict. They have admins that even if they hear a peep of an audio clip, they are on you like round 6 dogs, and some have rules where you can't even speak.
Okay, that was actually a good bit, I like that.
In the lobby. And obviously I found out the hard way. I've been banned from one of the group instances for hot micing in desktop. I didn't know my mic was on. But once again, even with all these new measures, it is still possible for people to troll those sleeping. But it's a lot better than what it used to be. And it's easier to find like-minded people who want to...
Did you ever have a gerbil? My sister had a gerbil that died, yeah. But their shelf life is like shorter than like MLG videos, like actually.
Sleep in VRChat. So that is VRChat sleeping. What is somewhat the benefits, the problems, and my own experience with it. And you'll never see me in this fuckboy avatar again, but I'm still not paying $500 for my own. Although it would be a good tax write-off, but I did severely underestimate how much it would be for my own avatar. I haven't got the same amount of wealth as some of these fairies that can commission these avatars. VRChat sleep.
Yeah, fairies with money is cringe, right? We should kill them all.
Is something that may be viewed as sort of weird from the outside looking in, but it's something that is relatively normal within the VRChat community itself. I mean, you even have people streaming their sleep sessions on other platforms. But honestly, if you enjoy sleeping in VRChat and see none of the disadvantages, like feeling like a walking corpse, then you keep doing you. There's no problem with it. I just hope you don't Pavlov yourself to the point where you can only sleep in VR. I'm now going to go overdose on my latest addiction, that is nasal sprays.
Okay, I hope he's joking there, by the way, because legit, like, nasal spray addiction is genuinely a huge thing. I've seen so many people that, like, they take too much nasal spray because, like, the slight euphoria they get from it and the clear sinuses, to the point that their body doesn't know how to function without it. So it, like, stops producing mucus or whatever. Like, people's noses get destroyed from abusing that stuff.
But yeah, that's all I had to say.
I'm sure it was a joke, though, but still.
And bye-bye.
Okay, that was a good video. Yeah, I've watched one of his videos before, but check out the channel. Royalty is here. Very good, very nice. Well, all right, not euphoria, but you know what I mean. It's like you just get that bit of, like, clarity when your nose is, like, cleaned up and stuff.